Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. Hari ini 13 hari bulan November 2013 bersama dengan hari ke-124 buat tim Pairut to Malaysia. Kami singgah di Jiayu Guan. Jiayu Guan adalah di bahagian terakhir the Great Wall of China. Dan kami adalah hari yang ke-10 di China, dan insyaAllah mudah-mudahan dalam 2 minggu lagi kami akan masuk ke Laos, sehingga kita bertemu lagi. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okey, ini sebahagian daripada dimension Great Wall of China. Ni sekitar berapa ni? Satu kaki, dua kaki dalam 3 kaki. Sekitar 3 kaki. Ini bahagian watching dan menembak. Tembok dia sendiri selebar mungkin 1,5 kaki. 1,5 kaki. Tinggi dalam keadaan berapa kaki tu? 1 kaki, 2, 3, mungkin dalam 4 meter, 4 kali 3, 12. Dalam 12 kaki. Lebar sini 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5,5. 5,5 lebar kaki. Inilah keadaan Great Wall of China yang kita selalu baca, selalu lihat, dan inilah keadaan dia.
You think we're going up there, but you're wrong. Just left down the Sabado, I think.
Watch, I mean, that is nice.
Obviously, it's like crazy that they built this massive wall. Like, it's huge and it just goes on forever. But then when I go there, I'm just like, it's just like sandy rock, all built together.
I think for me it was really nice.
The view was nice. I was more interested in the camels next to the wall, to be honest.
Yeah, but when you climb the Great Wall of China, at one of the places, there were like people selling these medals. So they write down the date and also they engrave your name. So
yeah, like
we got one of those medals, and I have one which has my name on it, and I still have it till this day. So it's like nice to look back on, like, oh, I climbed the Great Wall of China. Yeah. I didn't think I would ever do this, so that was nice.
Di sini tempat untuk engrave yang mengatakan we are successful climb
I give it cheaper first to the
the
camera.
great
Here, write down your family name.
what is it? I climbed the Great Wall of Jiayu Guan.
Yes.
Jiayu Guan. And
Hello. I'm sorry. This one I give it cheaper.
okay, he says cheaper, but now we very expensive. You must give very expensive because this is very expensive journey, not cheap. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Hari yang ke-124 bersama dengan 13 hari bulan November 2013. Kami di Great Wall of China. Sehingga kita bertemu lagi. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hari yang ke-125 bersama dengan 14 hari bulan November 2013. Kami dalam perjalanan ke Lanzhou. Tak tahu apa jadi kat depan, semua start.
Also part of the Great Old Silk Road, so you'll find a lot of things along the way until you actually reach Xi'an. So we have the tour guide with us 24/7, and the tour agent, of course, provided the tour guide of the full itinerary for the 25 days. But of course, they bring us to the tourist attraction. The first thing is we financially not able to actually visit all these tourist attractions, which is so expensive. The second thing is the traveling itinerary that they made is for us to travel up to 700 kilometers a day, which we not be able to make that too. So what we have to do is, as usual, I do the itinerary and the travel detail. So every single day we will have to sort of change what they want us to do. At first, I think she's not really much cooperate. She probably be angry, but then after that, she just accept that.
Oh, nice hair, guy.
Kami baru sampai di Lanzhou, antara bandar besar di China, dalam province Gansu. It's not difficult because we make a contact with the company to arrange all these things to get license.
So you have to have
to get the
tour
registration,
everything.
They make arrangement all these things.
That's why it costs money.
Yeah, and the cost. China itself costs us, I think,
10,000 pounds.
10,000 pounds. Dia ada Musa tadi tu.
Huh?
Dia meniaga property.
You mean to do the hostels to people inside?
Inside, yeah.
Yeah. They have a business. They open the market. So many things. Jacket, everything.
Is it?
We can stop, I think, for a few minutes.
Yeah. Oh no, we can't.
Got to find the parking. Now easy to find parking. Very friendly. They are very friendly.
Ya kata kalau dia dengar Malaysia, dia orang suka.
Huh? I found my brother here. Looks similar. They said that they worry about Saif because Saif wear just slipper. He said the whole time is very cold, very cold.
Siapa yang speaker now? Where's the speaker now?
Ya Allah, tengok. Best ni tengok dia orang ni.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Malaysia.
Yeah.
Apa khabar?
Alhamdulillah. we the whole family, 6 people.
Alhamdulillah. Marhaba, marhaba.
Oh, jazakallah. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah.
Marhaba, marhaba. Masya
I don't know now or after, but at the time when we were there, 2013, we couldn't actually see any distress. We were in Xinjiang province for 10 days. I mean, we were in Kashgar for 3 days. And then we drove through Xinjiang province to get into China autonomy. And then, for example, we arrived in the city called Langzhou. And it was surprising. It was a big mosque there. It was Friday, so the boys get into the mosque for Friday prayer. And then there's also a madrasah, a Darul Ulum there. In that very big mosque. And then what the nice thing is, they have sort of a bazaar, like a market stall, a day market, because the Friday prayer, everybody come out. So there's a lot of halal food selling, bakeries, halal bakeries. So it was really exciting. Something that you didn't imagine. I was imagining that I get into the China, there'd be lots of trash into the food that, I have just to cook whatever tin food and things like that. But yeah, it was something that I never imagined.
Rem yang ke-6. What's your name?
Wang Hui Bao.
Okay. Tell him we put in the travel magazine.
跟打广告呢。
Okay, thank you, Shasha. cahaya Islam bersinar di mana-mana. Kami di Provins Gansuan, yang sebelum ini kami ingat semua di Xinjiang, tetapi di Provins Gansu, di Service Center, di Motorway Service Area, terdapat restoran yang menyajikan makanan halal. Bukan saja restoran, mereka menyediakan tempat menunaikan sembahyang. Kita lihat daripada dapur dia, makanan-makanan yang dihidang banyak berasaskan sayur-sayuran dan ikan. Nasi makanan utama, begitu juga pau dan tempat sembahyang. Ini di tempat sembahyang dia. Mereka juga ada menyediakan tempat makan
They wear the hat, isn't it? I mean, so you can tell that it's a Muslim restaurant or Muslim cafe. You know, yeah, they have the halal. Even they have the halal in Chinese. So our tour guide will always look at that for us, you know, and things like that.
Even the toll, you can the written in Arabic.
Yeah, because it's Xinjiang province area.
So they want to show
they
that.
have.
I think so.
They still use the Arabic alphabet, so the whole Xinjiang area always have the alphabet in Arabic alphabet.
And the guy who revived is Osman. Yeah, his name? Yaqub. Yaqub, Osman and? Isa. Oh, very good. Assalamualaikum.
I don't know if it's enough or not.
Kami adalah customer pertama bila sampai di tol Gansu Expressway.
You like bear?
100 Gansu. Hari ini hari yang ke-127, 16 hari bulan November 2013. Kami keluar daripada provinsi kedua. Yang provinsi pertama Xinjiang dan provinsi kedua Gansu. After Gansu,
Shanxi.
ya? Shanxi. Sebagai tukar shift pula. Kenapa pula kami punya rezeki ni? Tunggu dapat rehat sekejap. Shanxi, province ketiga, the third province in our journey. Hari ke 13. Tell her the road is not very good today. Should have a discount.
Discount or pay more? Maybe not enough. Oh, they all protest.
一张166元。
166. Tunjuk tu harga dia.
Oh, very expensive. 160 yuan. We thought China is a cheap country. Like, for example, if we buy something in the UK, people said that this is a Chinese product.
Yeah.
Very cheap. But in reality, China is very expensive.
Very expensive. I mean, we spend $1,000 for the toll. Yeah, it's up.
Yeah, of course, we travel around almost 8,000 kilometers.
Yeah.
But the toll for the motorway is around $1,000.
I think the road is one of the best China have one of the best roads.
Tell us something interesting about China someone wouldn't know.
Oh, the toilet. So
The chocolates are the worst.
yeah, they don't. So in China, they'd have like a cubicle, but they'd have 2 toilets. So it's like 2 people would go together at the same time. Or in like one of the hotel rooms, we got like a kind of like, we were like, okay, we need a hotel room for tonight. So it's like a nicer one. And the walls of the toilet were see-through. But like kind of everyone just goes together or shares. So it's a bit weird.
I remember there was a time where I really needed to go to the toilet, and I went to this public toilet, and literally the toilet is
a pipe.
like a long pipe, and then there's just doors. So you're just supposed to do your business like.
And then someone gets a
On the
pail,
pipe.
a bucket of water, and just washes it all down.
It's not on the floor.
Yeah.
The toilet was on the floor.
It's not even like a floor toilet. It's just literally an open pipe.
like going all around, and then there's like
And then,
walls.
yeah, they kind of have public ones as well, where it's just like a wall, and the men just all go in all together, and then it's like in the middle of nowhere, in the highway, and like, yeah, not very private.
Like Rome.
Bell tower. Bell.
Alhamdulillah, selepas 430 kilometer ataupun dalam 8 jam perjalanan, kami sampai ke bandar ini. Bandar ini dikenali antara 4 bandar yang popular di dalam dunia, yang berusia 1000 tahun, 6000 tahun. Selepas antara yang popular itu Cairo, Istanbul. Oh, ni murtabak. Jalan ini dikenali sebagai Muslim Street.
Ya Allah, what is that? That must be sweet caramel. That is a caramel. That's dirty. That is a caramel. Oh, like one.
Specific area in China, it was like near the top. Was it Xinjiang or was it?
I don't know, Xinjiang had good food.
That was the Muslim area.
Yeah.
That whole area where it's just like complete. That was like my best experience of China.
Yeah, because that was like the Uyghur side.
Yeah. That was like the food. Obviously, you know, the food had to be halal, so they weren't doing some like crazy stuff.
So sometimes if you don't eat halal in that country, you'd be eating some next level things.
Yeah, like in the whole Uyghur area, that was like really nice. Like the food, they had really a lot of like street food, and all of it was halal because, you know, everyone there, they really took care of their deen, and it was really beautiful.
Oh, this is just jual bros saja. Ini yang special. Special and ya, ini lagi buat. You climb.
And then when we arrived, for example, in Xi'an, Xi'an is one of the oldest city in the world, among 4 oldest cities in the world. And in the Xi'an, where we were staying, there is a market, a night market, which is called halal night market. So almost, you know, I would say everything there is halal, and there's a very, you know, a big mosque a long time ago over there, and around that area itself, I think it's about 20,000 Muslims that live there. So the food is not a problem at all.
Jalan ini dikatakan halal street sebab menjual makanan halal di Xi'an. Xi'an adalah satu daripada 4 bandaraya yang tertua, berusia 6,000 tahun.
Only 10 what?
Scarf.
Tomorrow. I want one now. Wow.
Yeah, I think when we even Sovinis still wearing niqab with the hijab. People said we are not allowed, but we don't have any objection.
I think in terms of the rules, what not allowed is you're not allowed to, for example, there is a rule that says that you're not allowed to display, for example, your prayer in the public area. So, you should be able to do that in your own private area. But there's lots of mosques. There's lots of people wearing hijab. I mean, at the time, I don't know now or after, but at the time when we were there, 2013, we couldn't actually see any distress. We were in Xinjiang province for 10 days. I mean, we were in Kashgar for 3 days. And then we drove through Xinjiang province to get into China autonomy. And then, for example, we arrived in the city called Langzhou, something like that.
Nanti kita main banyak sangat. Kita pergi masjid dulu. Kita pergi masjid dulu.
Yeah, I think in my head, the way I saw China was like how we see Beijing and Shanghai. Like, I was just like, okay, that's China. And then like we go there and we mostly avoided the major bigger cities. So like when we were going through, I was just like, this is nothing. Like Shanghai, or Beijing, so like we were crossing like more the less technologically advanced areas. So it was like completely different in terms of experience. Also, like a lot of people would talk about like the food in China. And even for me, I built up like the food in China. I was like, oh, Chinese, like we're gonna have like the best food. And then like we were crossing from like the top end like to the bottom, and I was just like, all of this is just the same stuff. It's like soup and like rice noodles, and like there was one point where we were just like went at a place and they was just like, oh, it's like halal chicken. And then like we had food, I was like, this doesn't taste like chicken. And then it was pigeon or something. It turned out to be pigeon. And pigeon tastes so different. It does not taste like chicken.
The stereotype that people out of China happens to be true.
Let me look at what is that.
Vibbits, they're fake.
Oh, there's little suits. Oh, we have one of those little suits. No way. I want this baju, me. Cheongsam. Oh, this suit.
Do you know what? I actually really love the Chinese culture. Like going there, I feel like they had their own way of doing. It was so like they were so like, I don't know. Their dress sense was like so colourful. Obviously, their food is like very specific. It's nothing like going to a Chinese here. Like over here, you get like fried rice and like I don't know, like different things. But over there, I feel like we'd go to hotels and they'd have these weird buns every day, different colours, and like it was just I don't know.
I remember in one of the hotels that we stayed at, there was like this botanical garden, and it was so lovely.
It was inside the hotel as well.
I remember one of the foods that we had in the hotel, we had like these blue buns, which tasted so good, and pumpkin soup. That's one of the foods which I remember really well.
So the food is not a problem at all.
And we can see people from the roadside, they read prayer
Quran,
together with the Jamaat.
Yeah, they do that. I mean, we saw a truckers doing his prayer on the roadside, but probably not, like for example, in front of authority and things like that. Because as we know that China is not allowed, for you to be displayed in any fashion. But it's not I don't say that, you know, of course, as a country, they have their own rule, but we couldn't see actually too much depressed or distressed that you can't actually, you know, pray or they wear the hat, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, so you can tell that it's a Muslim restaurant or Muslim cafe,
right.
you know. Yeah, they have the halal, even they have the halal in Chinese. So our tour guide will always look at that for us, you know, and things like that.
Even the toll, you can the written in Arabic.
Yeah, because it's Xinjiang province area.
So they want to show
they
that.
have.
I think so.
They still use the Arabic alphabet, so the whole Xinjiang area always have the alphabet.
Like we were able to like go around on the street food and try a bit of everything, like, and that was like really nice. It was also like experiencing like a lot of the older mosques too, like over 1,000 years old, like mosques.
Yeah, in Xi'an.
Like
which is one of the oldest cities in the world.
Yeah, it was Xi'an. Yeah, and like the fact that we experienced that where we were seeing like something we're familiar with, like a masjid, like we're familiar with this obviously. But like it being built in a different way to the way we would normally see it. So obviously it's built by people of like Chinese tradition. So like it was built in that whole traditional Chinese form. And like, I think that was like the most beautiful thing. Like I noticed like there was like certain things like, I don't doubt that they probably have changed a few things to keep it standing, but a lot of the pillars, they were built on like just a tree trunk, and the tree trunk had like carvings into it. But like the pillars were literally just like tree trunks, and I was like, the architecture and everything like that was like beautiful. It had like a really nice sort of front garden and stuff. So. Yeah.
My dad did every single day.
Did you?
I don't think I took videos of certain areas, but I wish I vlogged, but I didn't.
Yeah, for me, I did.
Did you actually post it on social media?
Yeah, I did.
How did people react to that?
Yeah, they were just like, whoa, like, how is this real? But yeah, I think people were overwhelmed as well and jealous that I was doing the journey. Or envious is probably the better word. But yeah, I'd do it all over again.
Dingo biloba. Make your brain work. Your memory. Maybe in the olden days, that is why. You know, they can explore and travel and go with their memory so strong.
وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. Asbab susah payah yang dilalui oleh para sahabat pada zaman yang lampau. Assalamualaikum.
That's the main prayer hall that you pray.
Let me see, that's the
That's where we are now.
where the imam and some other people are in the prayer hall.
This is the main hall, the front of the masjid. Here, this area,
That was on this area.
and they do azan here. And this is the whole compound of Xi'an Masjid. They call the Great Masjid of Xi'an, the oldest masjid in China.
It's like made by king, the monument.
Oh, okay, the monument.
In the
during
dynasty.
Tang Dynasty.
No, after that.
The latest dynasty.
The latest dynasty, because it's been renovated after that, you know, and it's been making bigger and things like that.
Okay.
Because starting is small.
They do that mostly everywhere in China, don't they? They wear all the donations and what they spend on. Don't say that. can thingy near the south gate. It can be therapy.
You know the standing stone?
Sometimes us reaches England, we would have forgotten everything.
This is the calling tower.
Yeah. Calling tower.
So how about this building? Or the calling tower?
Muazzin.
Here under renovations.
Reception room. Southern
Look at Chinese constructions are made by wood. The wood can last long, you know.
Uh-huh.
The wood can, there's a whale. Here's the whale.
Okay, oh well.
So I'm gonna say about 500, right? Yeah, 500 we go.
Oh, look, it's in English. I think if they have the meeting or whatever. Yeah, important. Yeah.
It's the Chinese president's house.
Oh, it's back.
Apabila tabuk dipukul, maka bermulalah sejarah baru buat perjalanan Beirut ke Malaysia.
Your Chinese name?
Yuan Jiamo.
Why did you have a Chinese?
I think that's their culture. Even the Chinese, I remember when I was at Warwick University, maybe more than 50% of the students at Warwick University in my class is from China. So when I asked their name, they all said, this is my English name. So they're going to have their two versions of name. In China, they have a Chinese name. In England, for example, in abroad, they have an English name. And similarly to our name, we have my name like Jamalul Lail. But for them, we need to translate the name to make, because they have their character. Because Jamalul Lail, maybe there is nothing in the Chinese character. So the most similar is like the sign of a mountain, Yama. That's why Yuan Jiamo, so they have a quite similar. They need to translate from Jamalul Lail to Chinese name. So that's another thing unique about China.
I remember we were discussing it with our tour guide, and then she told us our Chinese name, but I forgot.
Yeah, I can't remember because I know they don't have specific letters in the language, so it just becomes completely different sometimes.
Any words you know in Chinese?
Shasha.
Yeah,
I think if I'm pronouncing it right, means thank you. That's one word we learned. Shasha. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's because none of them, obviously, they didn't speak English. Like when we went into the villages, you know, like I think most of the countries, they knew bits of English. But I feel like when we went deep into China, there was a lot of them who didn't understand. So we'd be like trying to explain to them, and then we just pick up the words that they'd be using and use those to order food or whatnot.
Terima kasih.
You don't have a chisel?
What chisel? This Chinese. Family, huh?
Yeah. Oh, kami bawa kereta from England.
他们从英国开车过来的。
啊，马夏Allah，26个人。
嗯，对。
6个人开车从外国跑来。
对，从英国。
马夏Allah，从英国。
从英国开过来。
你是咱们国旅的？
对，是
青旅还是国旅？
我是四川的。
哦。
过来的。
做翻译吗？
对。
马夏Allah。
In Vancouver they have this every single Oh my gorgeous! Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, but sure, basically they took the symbol of a better thing on it. I know. Like, they didn't give it.
Almost got his ass.
Jamaluddin.
Jamalul Lail.
Jamalul Lail, okay.
So awesome. Is that Abby's name?
Hmm.
右侧出口。
Huh?
Than
No.
19?
No. Wait.
What day today?
16. Day 16 in China. 4 and 7. No. Sorry.
What day today?
18.
18.
Day 15.
18, so 15.
Yeah.
Driving from Xi'an, heading to Chengdu. So the scenery is mountainous, rocky mountain. We're driving from one tunnel to another, enter one tunnel to another tunnel. The diesel price in China roughly around 7
yuan.
7.4 yuan per liter. More than $1 per liter. In the toll, we spend around 200 yuan every day.
More.
Huh?
It's about 1,000 kilometer, about $100 something.
Because we travel like 300, we pay around 200.
Yeah, 200 something. Because sometimes we pay twice, isn't it?
And that's the challenge, travel in China. One thing is mandatory to have appointed travel agent. The toll is expensive and the fuel also not cheap. And another thing is only certain hotel accept a foreigner. This is the law in China. And another thing, China of course is a big country. To cross Gobi Desert take like 1 week. And that's only one province, part of a Xinjiang province. Then in China they have a 56, if I'm not wrong, 56 province. We only travel around 5 province from west part of China to south. We enter from Kyrgyzstan. From Kyrgyzstan enter to Xinjiang. Then exit from Mohan to Laos. It's roughly around 8,000 kilometers, more than 8,000 kilometers. In general, the highway or the motorway is good, surface is good, but when you drive on other than highway, you can see the road surface is sometimes cause damage to the vehicle.
It's a peacock. Is this name? The place's name is Peacock. Okay. Noodles. No?
Just by moving the hand without machine, they can. Jadi pandai kung fu ni.
Yeah, it is.
To make noodle, you need to know kung fu. Tengok ni. Dah sekali jadi.
They sell over 40.
11 hari bulan November 2013 bersama dengan hari yang ke-129 perjalanan kami. Malaysia Selatan cuaca lebih selesa sedikit berbanding dengan sebelum, walaupun tidak tinggi tapi tidak terlalu rendah sehingga kepada panas beku. Dan kita pun dah boleh nampak tumbuh-tumbuhan hijau-hijau, pokok-pokok berbeza dengan sebelum ini merentas padang pasir, bukit-bukit gondol. Mudah-mudahan kami akan keluar di China pada 27 hari bulan November